I welcome you all for this topic, quality defects in milk, and myself, Dr. G. Ratnam, working as an associate professor at the Department of Food Technology, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. So, in this topic, we are going to see about what are the quality criteria need to be tested for a raw milk before it going for processing in an industry. So, the quality criteria need to be tested where low natural microflora, free from antibiotics, sanitizing chemicals, no contamination or any other adulterants from mastitis milk and colostrums, free from rancidity, free from microorganisms, free from hormones, and that it can be stored below 5 degrees Celsius. So these are the quality criteria or parameters need to be tested for a raw milk before going for a processing. It should free from any other chemical agents or any other microorganisms, any other enzyme activity, and it should be stored at 5 degrees Celsius to ensure that the milk which will be safe for a longer shelf life, that is away from the microorganisms or off flavors or any other acidity, etc. ABC flavor defects in either raw milk or pasteurized milk. The ABC means observed or transmitted during either transportation or during the calving or during the consuming or feeding of the cattle, and B, bacterial or microbial growth because of the temperature and relative humidity in the atmosphere, or else temperature during transportation, etc. And chemicals or enzymatic processing, that is chemical breakdown because of mixing of any other components like urea, salt, and sugar that can give a different composition. And because of that, the breakdown of the different carbohydrates, fat, and proteins will be taking place, and it given off flavors, oxidization, acidity, sunlight, the foreign matters that is present, and these were the chemicals that is involved. And quality defects, so due defects that is due to the presence of abnormal milks, that is mastitis milks or colostrum milks, and defects due to changes in the milk constitution because of addition of any other adulterant that changes the carbohydrate, fat, and protein, or SNF. Defense of microbial origin because of the microorganism that is present in the atmosphere, or it may be transmitted from the cattle. And defects due to fat oxidation because of oxygen that is present in the atmosphere that reacts with the milk, and that gives a lipid breakdown that happens in the milk, and rancidity may sometimes happens. And defects due to heat treatment because of this, the heat treatment sometimes it may be make stable, the milk may be stable, and if it is exceeds a limit, the browning of the reaction and also the caramelization, Maillard browning reaction will be taking place, and that also gives a different odor and different surface looks will be takes place. Differs due to transmitted flavors, and transmitted flavors because of the flavors that is present in the atmosphere that may be mixed, and flavors because of the cow which or buffalo which having the feed, the flavors from the feed it may and differs, it may defects. And one by one, we are seeing this, that is defects due to presence of abnormal milks. That is, the cholesterol milks are pathological milks, which is collected or marketed from any other agents, and it is transmitted to the milk. And it may alter the mineral and protein composition of the milk, and it gives a salty taste. So we are doing visual and sensory test, that taking the milk and we are tasting in our mouth, that will give an odory taste and a salty taste, which gives that is the presence of the abnormal milks. And defects due to changes in milk constituent because of bacteriological, as I told, it is because of the microorganisms, either bacteria or other kind of microorganisms. The chemical change because of the oxygen, and that may be present in the atmosphere reacts with the milk, and it will give an off flavor or a fat oxidization or rancidity, etc. It is breakdown of the particles, and physical changes because of any other foreign matters, dirt or dust that is present over the surface of the milk, that may also alter the composition of the milk and induces, and in turn which gives a chemical reactions. And defects because of the microbial agent. So the microbial because the milk which is a highly perishable product, and because of that the highly perishable nature, the microorganisms easily tend to spoil the milk. So the microorganisms requires more amount of water as a nutrient for their rapid growth, and because of that the milk is easily vulnerable to contamination or spoilage during the production, processing, and marketing. So the bacterial contamination that can be avoided, and the enzyme inactivation that can be avoided because of the heat treatment, either pre-treatments or heat treatments. And defects due to fat oxidation, as I mentioned, and because of the oxygen that reacts with the milk, the phospholipids that causes different kind of flavors like the cardboard, like metallic, like fish like, or oily like flavors. And presence of contaminant metal traces and also energy radiation exposure that also that improves the oxidation reaction and that causes spoilage. So to prevent this, we have to store the milk in a stainless steel, that is a food grade steel, uh, food grade steel prepared silo storage tanks, as well as the steel vessels. We can and also we can keep the milk away from the sunlight or away from the oxygen. And if we are going for bottles, we can remove the oxygen at the neck level. We can replace the trapped air in the product, and the top of the container, that space, the oxygen can be removed so that CO2 or nitrogen can be filled, or vacuumization is a better option. And if it's due to heat treatment, as I told, overheating causes the caramelization process as well as the Maillard browning reaction, and sometimes overheating and exposing the product for more longer time, which also reduces the quality characteristics of the product. And the uncontrolled proteolysis and lipases that can be destroyed during the heat processing, and after certain times it may be reactivated, and it will give a different kind of taste. And effects due to transmitted flavors, as it mentioned, through the atmosphere or through the respiratory system of the human beings, either in the production section or through the from the environment where the cow gets feed, where the cow or buffalo is feeded, and after the milking process. And because of the presence of foreign chemical substance, that is the fossil fuel disinfectants, and because of the solid particles that is present in the milk, that also gives unpleasant taste and unpleasant odors. So the chemical flavors, contamination of milk by chemical agents including the formulation of detergents and disinfectants that are used for cleaning recipients and equipment, and development of foreign taste and odors because of the chlorophenol type transmitted by water disinfectant with the chlorine. So if the cow or buffalo that consumes the disinfected with chlorine particles, that will also give a chlorophenol type of odor that is present in the milk. And vacuum treatment can decrease the extent of these effects. A vacuum treatment is the only a possible solution to avoid the kind of transmitted flavors. These are the flavor defects in milk, the flavor defects which is given, and the causes because of that, and the prevention methods. So most probably we should avoid the overheating. We should be keep away from the sunlight. We should keep away the milk from the oxygen. We should have a closed vacuum tight containers, or we should remove the oxygen at the top of the containers, and we can impregnate with CO2 or CO2 or nitrogen. We have to store below 5 degrees Celsius, and these are the preventive measures that can take the milk towards to the consumers with a safe, and we can consume the milk. So this is about the today's topic, and let me discuss with another topic soon. Thank you.